Hello and welcome to the Scholar Progenium. Today we've got another exciting Bolt Action version 3 battle report for you. This time we're heading over to the Burma Theatre and it's time to face the Imperial Japanese Army. First up today we have the British list. Now I wanted to try a few things out today, have a bit of fun, make a thematic list and try a couple of things that have been on my mind. What does an infantry horde look like, and also what can we do with a platoon command officer in an open top vehicle? You'll have to see what shenanigans I've got planned with that coming up as we get into the action itself. So let's look at the list in a little more detail. Well, first of all, it's 16 dice, it's 12 50 points, and it is simply 2 platoons, a rifle platoon and a recce platoon. So the rifle platoon in a bit more detail. First of all, it's led by a platoon commander, just regular on his own, and we have a British forward artillery observer, of course. And then in support, we have a regular sniper team. That's all leading 3 squads of veteran infantry. I've got 2 squads of 10, 1 squad of 9. They've all got 2 LMGs, and the 2 10-man squads have an SMG. The 9-man squad doesn't have an SMG, it's just rifle and LMGs. Rounding out the rifle platoon, we have 2 Bren carriers, one with a company commander in, and one with a regular Piat team in, just for a bit of anti-armour support. And that is my anti-armour, so if I face a lot of armour, I'll be in trouble, let's put it that way. I'll just have to run away from it. Then we have the recce platoon. Now here we have another regular platoon commander. We have another forward artillery observer, and then we have 2 squads of Gurkhas with rifles, 1 8-man, 1 7-man, and they're all loaded up in 2 trucks, both with recce. So I'm looking forward to getting these guys into the jungle and facing off against the Imperial Japanese Army. Let's see what we're facing. Next up we have the Japanese Army. Now, similar and yet different. We've got a horde of infantry, but mainly regular, then backed up with quite a lot of support options. So 5 platoons in total, I believe, and 12 50 points and 17 dice. So let's take a look in a bit more detail. First up, we've got 2 rifle platoons. The first rifle platoon consists of 2 8-man squads with an LMG in each, and then we have a paratrooper platoon that has an LMG in it as well, and SMG on the officer. Leading this platoon, we have a veteran second lieutenant, and there's also a light mortar in there and a forward artillery observer as well. Moving on to the second rifle platoon, we have just simply 2 8-man squads and a regular second lieutenant on his own, or platoon commander as we should call him. Moving on to the support platoons, first of all we have an artillery platoon. This is led by another platoon commander regular on his own. They've got a light howitzer and a medium howitzer. In terms of more HE, we've got a heavy weapons platoon, just a small one. We've got a regular platoon commander there on his own again, leading that, and then we've got 2 medium machine guns and 1 medium mortar. No spotters, but of course they've got that forward artillery observer knocking about. And then finally, rounding out, we have a Chi-Ha, armour 8, light howitzer and a machine gun in the front, machine gun in the back of the turret. And then finally we have the Type 87, and that's 2 medium machine guns on a turret mounted light 7-up armoured car, but only 6 shots now, unfortunately. So it's It's going to be fun. I cannot wait to get these two like infantry hordes just like bayonets fixed and charging into the jungle, danger close. So let's see what happens. Join us at the field of battle after deployment, somewhere in the deepest depths of the jungles of the Far East. The Brits are deployed. We're playing I believe it's called a story mode mission today. Now it's a mission that will be familiar to all of you. It's no longer deemed matched play in the rulebook, and it's going to be envelopment. And in fact, the rules have not changed. So simply, there's a prep bombardment on a 2-up. The defender has to put half of their units down and half in reserve, and they score just by simply kill points. And the attacker gets 3 points for running a unit off the defender's board edge, 2 for ending in the deployment zone of the defender, and 1 point per kill. Now, terrain, again, very straightforward today. It's just dense jungle, basically. Every patch of trees that you see on the board is difficult ground, obscuring, so you can't see from one side of the other to it, and you can only advance through it. The only variation on that theme is we have a pond here, maybe a spring somewhere in the jungle, muddy spring. That's only cover if you're in it, and soft cover once again. And then the rocky outcrops, they are not actually obscuring. The trees thin out on the ridge lines, you can see through them, but they're still soft cover and it's still rough ground, so you can only advance through it. The river is essentially can only be forded by the sort of sandy banks here, or over here between these rocks here. Okay, where the water's built up. There's been a flood recently. Some trees and rocks have been washed down the river, making it hard to cross in places. Let's take a look at the Brits in a bit more detail now, as they're the defender. JP won the roll-off, decided to attack with the Japanese, of course. So I've got 3 squads of veteran infantry here with their LMGs, backed up by my company commander in his trusty Bren. He'll be shouting out orders from that open top Bren, up to 4 snap 2s whilst he's inside it. Hoping that gets pretty interesting pretty fast. Let's see what happens there. So I've got 3 squads of infantry, I've got my Bren and my officer, and then I have 2 artillery observers and a sniper team. 1 artillery observer just hidden on this rocky outcrop, with a sniper team just next to him overlooking the jungle. And then finally another artillery observer on the other rocky outcrop on the other side of the centre of the board. With all that's very straightforward. JP, you leaving anything in reserve?
No.
Nothing in reserve?
No.
All first wave. Let's get the dice in the bag. And with that, fix bayonets, lads. First things first, of course, let's see if there's a prep bombardment as they come in on the story mode. And yes, there is. Okay. Do you want to move along the units, JP?
Yeah, so we've got this team first.
3, so that's going to be 1 pin.
Next squad. 5.
That's 2 pins. Okay, this is the important one, I'm scared. 1 pin.
And then finally. Squad.
Oh, they get hit, so that's a 3 pen and 2 pins. And that's going to kill a guy. And that's the prep bombardment done. First dice of turn 1 is British, and we're going for the infantry team on the right flank here. They're veterans, and they can use the 12-inch bubble of the company commander there for +4. And yeah, they're going to pass it on 1 pin. Forward, and now we're going to take some shots at the Japanese artillery observer. Now it's going to be 14 shots. That's 2 LMGs, 5 rifles in range, and then also we've actually gone for rapid fire. I know I've got a lot of LMGs in the army, but I'm just seeing if those extra rifle shots add up over the course of the game. Solid burst. Very solid. And then wounding on 4s.
Oh, it's good burst.
And then you've got
2 up save for down infiltrator.
Yeah.
Oh,
got him. Japanese dice, and the Type 87 speeds through the jungle and sprays up at the rocky outcrop at the British artillery observer position. 5s. We've got 2. Leaning on 4s here. I've got 1. And then I've got a 2 up save for going down. Come on, lad. Yes, we make it. Before he's forced down, the 2nd British artillery observer calls in an artillery barrage in the centre of the Japanese deployment zone. Chiha advances through the jungle on the edge of the riverbank, and he's going to shoot his howitzer and machine gun into these Tommies on the other side. 5 to hit.
Big gun.
Oh, he gets the hit.
Machine gun.
2 more, nice. Okay, big gun's probably gonna get 4, I would imagine.
4.
So killing on 3s.
Gets 3.
3.
Then the machine gun.
5s, no more. So 3 dead.
D2 pins.
2 pins. You join us just over the halfway point in turn 1. The Brits have gone down with 8 reserve dice off the board, and apart from that, essentially just the sniper's been forced down by some rifle fire from the Japanese infantry as they advance onto the Japanese left flank. They've brought on a machine gun team, a howitzer, an officer, and a light mortar to support the left flank. They've left the centre largely clear thanks to that artillery bombardment. And then on the right flank, they brought on a couple of units of infantry, one advancing, one's running. They've got a light howitzer hidden ready for some indirect fire, an officer, and finally a mortar team. Next dice is the Brits, and I'm actually pulling the last 4 dice from the bag for turn 1. I'm using a snap 2 on my company commander, and I'm using a snap 2 to advance with the Bren, advance with this infantry squad here, and advance with this infantry squad here as well. Now, whether I rally or advance, it's still on the max leadership thanks to the officer. I just don't want it. I'm going to do the Bren first, see what happens. Maybe I should have got the officer out. We make it, just make it, okay. I'm just doing my rallies first. Okay, there we go. I should probably stop for there for that. Veteran squad pass their order check and advance. Now it's going to be 9 shots, 2 LMGs and a rifle into the Japanese infantry. I've got 1 hit on a 6, thanks to that pin making it a move plus a pin, and now a wound on a 4 up. No. The British Tommy squad also passed their order check, clear all their pins. They're going to spray 13 shots on 5s into the Japanese infantry advancing up the left flank. 4.
4.
Alright. 4s to kill. Nice.
Oh, nice first.
And I think probably.
Saves 1 to kill
3
3.
dead, I'll take that. Another squad of Japanese regular infantry advance on the right flank. They're looking to shoot up at the British artillery observer who fired this turn. See if they can get him before he can do the same thing twice. 5 here. Oh, it's a healthy burst. 4s to wound.
Get 3 in.
I have to get lucky here. 4 up save because of hidden in it. Yeah.
I get them.
Final couple of dice were Japanese. An infantry squad advanced on, fired a shot across and put a pin on one of my Tommy squads. And then he's just put a machine gun squad on top of the hill, just overlooking this clearing in the jungle in the centre. You join us at the end of turn 1. As we can see, very straightforward for the Brits. Half their unit off the board. The rest of the army just advancing forward, putting down suppressing fire on the Japanese forces as they attack. Best form of defense is an offense, of course. And yeah, they've put some casualties on the Japanese infantry, which isn't bad at all. As we can see, the Japanese have also sort of gone into 2 castles, well, moving castles, I suppose, because I don't think he's staying where he is. But he split his forces, leaving the centre relatively unused. And that's all your army, isn't it? So no reserves, thanks to that first artillery strike. I'm pretty happy with that. Splits them into 2 chunks, makes it more manageable. And now I can start repositioning my forces for an effective defence. And if we take a look at the Japanese forces in a bit more detail, on the right flank, it's 3 squads of regular infantry, a mortar, a howitzer, and a couple of officers. And then on the left flank, we have a couple of machine gun teams, a squad of veterans, another squad of infantry, then of course a tank, and a couple more support teams, a howitzer included in that. So it's an interesting start. Now I've got to start rolling for my reserves, but before all of that, let's have a look if that first airstrike comes in. Yes, it does, and the range will be 11 inches. That's going to be 2 units, the infantry squad and the armoured car. Let's see what we get. Infantry squad first, it's going to be some pins, D3, and then it's a hit for the armoured car.
Of course.
Okay.
I can see how this game's going as well.
4, that'll do it. That's a pen on the top. Just a single pen, I believe. No, 1 stunned.
I'll take that.
D3 pins for him, and that's going to be 3 on top of the stunned result. And then for the infantry, just the 1 pin. So turn 2 is British, and I'm going for a snap 2 with my company commander. I'm pulling 4 dice to activate the Tommy squad here, the Bren carrier, the sniper team, and the Tommy squad in the centre. Squad of Tommies advance. They're going to shoot at this squad of Japanese infantry in the open. They're going to go down, of course. Shot. That's a decent burst, that. And 4s.
That's a good burst.
3, 4. Soft cover. Oh no, just down, so it counts. Yeah. Oh, nice. With rapid fire rifles rippling across the British lines. It's another volley into the Japanese infantry. They're also going down. 5s because of the pin. That's only 2 hits. It is 2 kills though. Next, the Bren carrier advances up onto the rocky outcrop, and he's going to shoot down into that mortar team. 5 to hit. 2.
2 hits.
And then 4s. Finally, the snipers shooting through the gap in the trees at that mortar team. We get hits.
Yeah.
And then a 3 to wound. 3 to kill.
3 to kill.
Yes, we get the kill. If only we had exceptional. A truck of Gurkhas advances on from reserve up the left flank. A squad of 8 Gurkhas advances out of the truck, and they're going to shoot rifles across at the advancing Japanese infantry. This squad's going to stay up this time. Thanks to rapid fire. And on 5s. That was 4. And killing on 4s. That's only 1.
Cover save.
Makes it. Midway through turn 2, and the Brits have had basically all their dice. I've only 2 left in the bag. Japanese basically haven't had any. I've just carried on pulling dice even after my snap 2. We've brought those Gurkhas on over here and shot, as you saw. Did our snap 2. We've also been forced to bring on our Bren carrier, go down with the platoon commander inside. There's also a Piat in there. We've also advanced on with a truck and just hidden it away behind this dense bit of jungle here. That truck's full of Gurkhas. It's got a platoon commander in there as well. So the Japs, you've pulled a dice now, haven't you, for the Japanese? So we'll see what he does with it. And the Japanese are going for their light howitzer, shooting into the central Tommy veteran squad. To hit. Oh.
No, it's a 1.
No, the team are going to pop a shot over that rocky ridge and into the down squad. Almost. It's the howitzer's turn to launch a shot. Needing a 4.
Gets it.
Nice. Three
there'll be
guys.
3 guys. That's 2 of them. And we're down to 5 up cover.
Get one.
That's 1 more.
Amazingly, I've had my last 2 dice for the British. I've gone down with the Piat and the Gurkhas. Leaving them in that truck feels a bit sketchy, but it is well hidden. You've got 9 dice left in the bag, haven't you?
9
So
I've activated 2 and the rest have gone down.
JP's turn now. The Japanese officer runs up through the jungle. The Chiha races past him along the riverbank and does a pivot to look down at the British lines. Now a squad of Japanese infantry advances into this bit of dense trees here, and they're going to shoot across at the squad of British Tommies in the centre. 5.
What's a good burst? 2, 3, 4.
Healthy.
These rates.
Bets.
Oh,
3.
3.
Nice. See if I can do the same. Can't believe I did that. Oh, I got 1. So 2 dead, I'll take that. Japanese officers on the right flank retreat into the dense jungle. The mortar's now going to take a shot over onto the Bren carrier containing the company commander. Needing a 6. Nope. And now he has a squad of infantry shooting into, is it these Tommies here? The Gurkhas. And he's shooting across 7 shots down the flank.
Yeah, needing 5 because I'm a pinned.
That's 3. 5s again. 1. And then soft cover because I'm in it. No, we lose a Gurkha. Finally, the Japanese veteran paratroopers advance up and shoot across the clearing into the Tommies on the other side. 10 shots.
5s. Just 2.
5s again, nothing but a pin. With that, we come to the end of turn 2. And as we can see, the Japanese on the left flank, the Brits right, are managing to push up with a decent chunk of infantry. Just taking their time to get to the centre there, and they're really putting the pressure, combined with those infantry, the mortars, the machine guns, the howitzer. This squad of veterans, it's taken 5 casualties over the course of the turn, 6 pins, so they're taking a battering. In the centre, these Gurkhas have also been sprayed up. They've not taken too many casualties there, but 3 pins is something to think about. Over on the British left, we do have 2 solid units of infantry, only 1 pin between them, and we've managed to so far suppress and do decent casualties to the Japanese regular infantry pushing up that flank. Of course, the car's still down in the centre after the artillery bombardment. My second artillery officer, he's not managed to get a single shot off yet. I've been doing other things, and then JP's just fired at him before I've had a chance. So I need to prioritise him soon, because I could really help in the coming fight. Although I think fire once and die might be the case. So we'll have to see. I've been keeping him alive so far. And then, of course, we've got another squad of Gurkhas in the centre, in a truck, loaded to bear, and ready to slow down and throw off the Japanese as they try and crush us on this jungle mission. At the end of the turn, one final thing to mention is the armoured car, the squad of Tommies in the centre, and this squad of Japanese infantry here all choose to stay down to the following turn. That automatically clears all the pins on those units. First dice of turn 3, and the Japanese officer issues a snap to the mortar and this infantry squad here. The mortar, of course, is going to pop another shot, trying to hit on a 5 on the Bren. The infantry shooting into the Tommies next to it. Both units successfully pass their order checks. What are you shooting first?
I'll go for the 5 up on the Bren.
5 up on the Bren.
No. 9 shots into the guys on the forwards. That's a good burst.
That's incredible. Needing 5s now. Turn 2. And I've got soft cover. Come on, lads. 2 die. Dice is British. We're going for a snap 2 with the company commander. The Gurkhas are actually just within 12 of that Bren carrier, so we're going for a rapid fire order, lads, all across the line. So I guess we will move across the line in sequence. I'm giving an advance order to the Bren to get out of mortar zeroing. And the sniper's going to join into shots from the Gurkhas first into the Japanese infantry. They've decided to go down. Hitting on 4s. It's not a great shot. They're not very well practiced at shooting, these guys. And now it's going to be 4s. We've got 2.
Same, and then 5 up, cover safe. 3 up for going down. Still gets 1.
Next up, these Tommy at the bottom of the rocky ledge have to pass an order check. They pass it, and it's 10 shots into this squad here. Now, these guys are in the open, and they've already fired, so they can't go down. Come on, lads. 4s to hit. We're not getting too accurate here, but hopefully we can do the wounds. Come on, lads. 2 wounds.
Yeah, no cover save.
No cover save. Next, 1 shot into the mortar. Oh, he misses. The carrier starts to cautiously advance down the ridge line, and he's going to spray his shots into the Japanese infantry in the open. 4 shots. 1 hit. Come on. Nothing but a pin. The next dice also goes to the British. The artillery observer calls in an airstrike on the Japanese positions right in front of him. Position on the hill. Continues to hammer rounds across the clearing into the Tommies on the opposite side. 4s.
2 hits.
No wounds.
1 wound.
1 wound. 5 up save. Light howitzer going for a shot at the British infantry in the centre again. Misses. Light mortar team firing another shot over at the Tommies here. Yes, he gets them. That's going to be 2. Winning on 4s. No wounds.
Just pins.
1 pin. Japanese have had a couple of dice in a row. First of all, they put a machine gun on ambush. Then the tank's also on ambush. He can just see the truck, but he's not taking a shot because it's actually recce. He doesn't want those Gurkhas to get the jump on him, so to speak. Now he's taking a shot with his howitzer into this squad here, needing a 4. Misses. Get a dice. The truck with the Gurkhas in is going to advance. Chiha's going to do an ambush shot with his howitzer and his machine gun, needing a 4 up to hit. Misses.
Machine gun.
Gets 1.
Hit. Gets 2 hits.
Okay.
Even 6.
Oh, he gets it. Nice work. 6 on the infantry inside. 4 on the officer. 6. He's probably gone.
5, 6 on the officer.
He's dead.
And 4 on the squad.
Gets 2. And as the truck engine bursts into flames, the Gurkhas are forced, of course, to disembark into the jungle. The Imperial Japanese Army veteran paratroopers decide to stand steady in the face of British artillery's fire and shoot straight across into the Tommies on the other side of the clearing.
Oh, it's terrible.
3.
3.
And 5s. Gets 2 now. 2 cover saves, 5 up. No. Japanese infantry advance forward into the clearing. They're going to hammer these Tommies once again. I'm really tempted to go down, but I want to rally them, keep them, get them back into the game next turn. They shouldn't die, but I've just been unlucky on the roll, so I'm going to brave it once again.
Okay, so 5 to hit. Okay, so 3 hits. Using 5s. Gets 1.
That's 1. Oh, that's my other check. That's my other dice that I pulled out in case I was going to go down. No,
That's another one.
That's another one dead. With that, it is the end of turn 3. I, of course, rally all the pins off that battered Tommy squad holding the centre of the board. Moving over to the Japanese forces, we can see the infantry pushing up towards the centre of the board. They're going to have to get a move on to get into my deployment zone. The machine gun remains on ambush, and the howitzer, of course, missing its shots this time, allowing the Tommies on this flank to recover somewhat. They've only got one pin going into the second half of the game. Of course, the tank knocking out the truck and killing the officer gave the Japanese a 2 dice lead in terms of kills. It's 3-1 at the moment. But the Brits do have a really, really solid line of veteran infantry with a little bit of extra support from some Bren carriers. We've got officers in those, and we've got plenty of rifle fire coming out, and that is managing to hold off the Japanese infantry on this flank, certainly. So we just need to keep holding them back and hopefully get a couple more kills than they do in the second half of the game. So we'll get dice in the bag, but before all of that, let's see if the all-important artillery strike comes in. Come on, lad. Yes! Okay, what's the distance? It's 10 inches. Okay, so that's going to be 5 units in total. Let's see what we get as artillery shells scream through the jungle canopy. There's a hit on the light mortar. Then onto the officer. He's going to get D3 pins. Infantry unit leading the way. That's D3 pins. Veteran unit. D3 pins. And finally, the machine gun team. It's a hit. Excellent. Right, okay, so casualties. You're not going down with anyone, are you? No. So, mortar team's dead. Machine gun team. See if we can finish them off. And yes, we can. And with that, we've evened the score going into the second half of the game. We've still got one more blast to go if we can get it off. So now the D3 pins. It's 2 for the front squad. Officer gets 1. And veterans get 2. I'll take that. Nice result. Dice of turn 4 is British. I'm going for a snap 2 on the officer in the Bren with the Piat team, pulling 2 additional dice. I'm going for an advance with both the Bren carrier and the Piat team hop out of the Bren carrier. I'm going to pop a shot into the Type 87, needing a 3 now. Yes, they've got the hit. That's pen 5, armor 6 on the side. We've got a double pen there. And I just need another dice. Do you have one? Here we go. Okay. We've lit him up. Artillery observer calls in another strike. Danger close this time. Amazingly, the next dice is also British. That's 5 in a row. It'd be rude not to snap 2 here. Keep the ball rolling. So, of course, I'm going to use my company commander to pop the Tommies, the Gurkhas, and the sniper, and the Bren. Sniper into the mortar. We miss. 4 shots from the Bren carrier into the Japanese squad in the open. That's 2 hits. No wounds. Next, it's the Gurkhas' time to rapid fire into the regular infantry here. 9 shots. That's solid.
That's a good burst.
Oh. 4s. 3.
3 cover saves, 3 ups. Saves them all.
Saves them all. On the vets. We pass it. Finally, another 10 shots from these guys. Final 10 shots. Another solid burst. Oh, was that in? Yes. 3 wounds. 3 ups.
Saves 2 of them.
Veteran infantry decide to shoot at the officer hiding in the bushes over here. 10 shots. Oh, it's a healthy burst. Oh, 8 shots, sorry, but I did only roll 8. I was holding for a sec. 4s. Only 1. He's gone down. Oh, he dies anyway. Japanese infantry cry banzai, and they're going to try and pass an order check with a reroll into the Piat team. I will fight with defensive position, so he passes it on the first attempt. Piat team will strike first. We get 1 kill.
And then I've got 8 straight back now. Gets them.
Finishes him. And he's like howitzer taking a shot into the rear of the Bren carrier. Hi, misses. Time for the Japanese howitzer to launch a shot into the Tommies now that they've killed that officer. Ah, it's a miss. Medium mortar going for a shot onto the top of the Bren carrier, needing a 6. Nope. Japanese infantry that's been pinned in the open for a couple of turns managed to scrabble into the thicker jungle, and they're going to shoot across with an advance order into the sniper team. 10 shots?
8 shots on 5s.
8 shots on 5s. He's got 2 hits there. Needing 4s. He's got 1, and then a 4 up cover save for being a sniper and soft cover. We make it. Tommy's in the centre. They've been hammered all game. Now it's time to shoot into these veteran Japanese infantry. They need 5s because there's no loaders here.
What a burst.
What a burst. 3 shots. And then 5s again. Oh, 2 more. And no cover? No soft cover from that angle.
Gets 1.
Get 1 and an extra pin, a vital pin. Japanese veterans pass a fire order on a 6. Who are you shooting at?
There are 3 guys that left.
3 guys left. Okay, how many shots you got?
10 shots.
I think you're few of them. 5 because of the pin. Oh, it's a great burst. Things are really heating up. 5's needed now. 1 wound. Cover save with 5 up. Come on, Tommies. No. Just past their order check. They're going to fire 6 shots thanks to rapid fire into these regulars here. Needing 4s. Nice. And then needing 4s. It's a triple.
Yeah, 5 up.
Got 2 of them. Dice of turn 4, and the Japanese officer continues to skirt down the flank, trying to avoid being shot at by the Gurkhas. Now we've just got the Chi-Ha to see if he can activate his ambush, and also this machine gun team here. I just did my shooting over here and didn't move anywhere.
So, Chi-Ha.
You can fire.
Machine gun.
Can fire his, nice.
Okay. So I'll fire the machine gun first into these.
Okay, so 6 shots into the Tommies. Oh wow, 4 hits is it?
Yeah.
5s. Get 1. Soft cover. Yeah. Not quite. That's 1 dead.
And then the Chi-Ha will fire his howitzer at the Gurkhas.
Howitzer at the
Machine
Gurkhas.
gun into these.
Okay.
So howitzer.
Yes, the hit, nice.
Machine gun.
1 hit. That'll be 3,
see,
or possibly even, I think 4 probably.
4 Gurkhas. Gets 2 of them.
Nice, 2 1s.
And then the 1 wound here kills 1.
Okay, so 1 dead, then a pin on the Tommies, and you just need to do your pins on the Gurkhas, and you've killed 2 of them. Nice, 2 pins. 2 pins and 2 dead on the Gurkhas. With that, it is the end of turn 4. The lines have closed together now. Brutal, close-range firefights as rounds flash between the dense woodland of this Burmese jungle. Over on the right Japanese flank, the force is just fully pinned now. Abandoned any hope of advancing up the board and just getting hammered by overwhelming British firepower. Over in the centre now, where the Japanese managed to kill off the brave Piat team. I'm sure he'll get a medal posthumously because, of course, he did kill off the Type 87. I do have an officer in this Bren carrier, so I don't have to test to see if he runs away. Although I will be ordering him to run away, that's for sure. This Japanese squad just advanced from the right flank towards the centre, putting pressure on the sniper, but didn't manage to kill him off. And then the British Tommies took, the British forces in the centre and over on this side just took advantage of the lull in firepower coming over towards them as the Japanese got hammered by friendly artillery from behind the lines. They managed to get out a couple more shots, not doing many casualties, but keeping these guys on 2 pins despite them both passing orders. And they've not got that far away from the artillery. These guys are probably safe, but I might still be able to hammer the veterans once again. And then finally, JP's support units, although loyal and consistently firing, again, just not getting the casualties he needs. The Brits have got a couple more kills than the Japs at this point. The Japs do have this officer ready to run off. So with that, I think we'll see if the artillery strike comes in on a 4-up. Third time lucky, as they say. No! Okay, you're all right. You're the lucky one. Of turn 4. The Bren carrier manoeuvres out of charge range. They're going to spray down into the regulars in the forest there. 4 shots. 3 hits. Nice. 2 wounds. Kills them both. Next dice is Japanese. Before these British Tommies can shoot him, the Japanese officer is going to dash off the board for 3 points. Next dice is Japanese, and the mortar team, instead of firing a shot at the Bren carrier, they're going to dash behind this jungle here, out of line of sight of the British forces. Next, the Japanese machine gun team is going to spray across the river and into the British Tommies.
3.
Nice. 5s to wound.
Oh,
triple. This is risky now. 5-up cover save needed for the Tommies. We make none of them. So that's going to be a morale check. This could be clutch. Should have gone down.
Fails it.
Fails it on an 8. Next up, it's the Brits. And we're going for a snap 2 with the company commander in the Bren carrier. And we're going to activate the Gurkhas, Tommies, the Bren carrier itself, and the sniper as well. 9 shots from the Gurkhas first. Shooting across into this 4-man infantry squad. They've decided to go down, hit the deck. Oh, wow. 4s to wound.
Oh, just 2.
Just 2.
And then a 3-up cover save.
Fails 1. The next Tommy squad. Needing a 10. Sound. 12 shots on 4s into this squad. They've also decided to go down. Let's drop. 1. To wound them now. 3.
3.
And these are 5-ups. I fails all of them. 1 guy left. NCO.
NCO.
The squad stayed down from last turn, so they have no pins. Well, 1 pin now.
1 pin now.
Oh, he fails it though on a 10. The officer's Bren carrier manages to get a pin on this infantry squad in the centre here, but they pass their cover save. Now it's time for the sniper. Sniper's just going to shoot into this infantry squad here. Misses on a 1. Light howitzer targeting the central Tommies here, needing a 4. Misses. Under pressure from the Bren gun carrier, this squad fail their order check and go down. Chiha advances along the riverbank. He's going to pop a shot over the water and into these Gurkhas. They've elected to go down.
Using a 5.
Misses. With the truck smouldering behind them, the remaining 2 Bren gunners of the central Tommy squad raise their weapons once again. They're going to spray across into this Japanese infantry squad who've elected to go down. 5's here. 1 hit. 1 wound though.
3-up cover save.
He makes it. Paratroopers going for an order check here.
Needing an 8.
Oh, they make it. Shooting 9 shots, was it? Across into my veteran Bren gunners.
Yeah, 9 shots, needing 5s for the pin. Oh, it's a great burst.
Fantastic burst. It's gonna be good.
That's 3.
And I've got a cover save with 5 up here.
Yeah.
Oh, we fail them all. He gets the squad. With that kill, it is the end of turn 5. As we saw the Chiha advancing up towards the edge of the board, he'll be getting off in turn 6, no doubt. Gurkha just keeping their heads down, staying alive. A lot of the Brits just manoeuvring to make sure that they don't give away kill points, and then just keeping hammering under the company commander's watchful eye. We're just hammering into these Japanese squads, trying to kill whatever dice we can in time. We're down to some relatively large infantry units now for the main part, so it's going to be hard to finish them off, but we have got a few pins on them. Just depends if he decides to stay down to clear those pins automatically, although it will potentially mean they don't do anything else for the rest of the game. So it's sort of been an interesting firefight. We've really hammered into each other. There's been a lot of casualties. The units are sort of losing momentum, so to speak. It's essentially turned into a good old-fashioned firefight, apart from a couple of units managing to break through on the far left flank. It's now just down to who can kill the other the most, and for now it's 6 dice each killed going into turn 6, with him having 1 dice off the board and 1 very close to getting off the board. So it's very interesting indeed. Looking neck and neck right now. Let's see what happens. Dice in the bag. Before we pull the first dice, there is of course the matter of the final British artillery strike. Will it come in on a 4 up? The marker, the coordinates one might say, has been moved over to the centre towards these 2 Imperial Japanese infantry squads. Let's see what happens. Yes! And it comes. Perfect timing.
Of course.
And 5 inches. Sweet. Right, okay, let's get the tape. So it's just these 2 squads here. We're a hair away from the veteran paratroopers.
Well,
but
got your Bren at the same time.
Almost got my Bren carry at the same time, so I'm happy with that. So, with that being said, you did stay down with this squad to clear their pins.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see what we get. So, D3 pins.
Yeah, and the squad
that's staying up for it. Come on. Another D3 pins. Okay. It's going to be 1 pin for that squad. Back over here. 2 pins for them.
Okay.
Company commander once again orders his section of the front to open fire, rapid fire into the Japanese forces, in fact. So we're targeting this squad with a Bren carrier, sniper, and a squad of infantry that have advanced over here. And then the Gurkhas are firing into this squad over here. They've also advanced up to this bush now, so that they're not getting cover. They've gone down, but it's only the Gurkhas here. 5s. Not too bad, 3 hits. And then it's just killing on 4s.
I'm still down.
Are you down? Oh, nothing anyway, it's just a pin. 4 shots into the infantry, hidden in this bit of jungle. Just 1 hit. Come on, get a kill. No, it's the same squad. Come on, lad. Ah, another one. 10 shots into the same squad. It all rests on these Tommy shoulders now. It's a good start. It was 6 there, wasn't it?
No, I just pulled it over.
2 wounds.
2 3-ups. Makes 1.
Company commander's Bren carrier advances into point blank of this pesky infantry squad. Now, they won't get down because they're point blank, so it's going to be just soft cover, and I'm hitting on 3s. Just the 1 hit. Come on, this turn's killing me. 1 wound.
5 up.
At least we've got advance into the clearing. They're going to shoot across at the sniper team here. 8 shots on 5s. 2. 4s now.
Oh,
We've got 2 wounds, that's good. And then a 4-up cover save. Ah, double 1, my turn. Oh my gosh, this is grim, man. Japanese light howitzer are going to launch a shot all the way along the length of the clearing into the Gurkhas here, needing a 4, is it? I've gone down. Misses. Howitzer go onto ambush in case the Gurkhas get any funny ideas. And they can't see anyone else now. Run out of targets. Now it's a mortar onto the Gurkhas, needing a 6. Oh, I thought you were going to get that. Last couple of dice of turn 6, and these Japanese officers just decide to go down JP was thinking about positioning to come after my company commander with those katanas, but teach him a thing or two about honour, I suppose. But decided it's not worth it. You know, their lives are worth 2 points. He's only worth 1, and that Bren carrier can, of course,
Pass morale
test and survive. He won't just automatically disappear. If it does go to turn 7, though, that does leave these Japanese last 2 infantry a little bit vulnerable. I should have moved these Gurkhas up ages ago as soon as I'd sort of won the firefight, but it is what it is. Could have got me some assaults by now, but I got carried away shooting and suppressing. Over in the centre, Brits just moving up to take the high ground, ready to fire down into the remaining Japanese infantry. He's brought all 3 remaining squads into the centre of the board. I'm running out of firepower now, though. It is what it is. The infantry have taken a heavy casualties in this game, holding the line. We have held those Japanese infantry back, though, and he's only managed to get 2 off the board. And then, as we saw, finally he's got a couple of support units remaining. A lot of their small units dead, having been picked off by accurate rifle fire. And now with that, it's time, with all my waffle out of the way, it's time to see if the game ends.
So currently it is
13 points to 12 to
in the
you.
favour of the Japanese.
Because I have 6 kills at 2 points a kill. And you have 7 kills and 2 units off. So it's 12-13, a draw in your favour if it ends.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, it carries on for another turn. First dice of turn 7, and it is the British company commander who's going to issue a snap to. It's too late for advancing, charging with the Gurkhas now. I've made my bed, I'm going to have to shoot in it. So they're going to fire across at these 2. They're in the open. The Bren carrier is going to follow suit, just hammer into them. And I'm also snap toing back to the Tommies on the rocky outcrop, and they're going to shoot down into this 5-man squad here. First 9 shots, thanks to rapid fire, into the 2 remaining Japanese. They've gone down, of course. We've got 3 hits. Come on now, boys. We have got 2. Okay, 5 ups. Ah, he's dead. We did it. Shots into these Japanese infantry. Oh. Oh, 1 miss. Oh, 2 misses. Needing 4s. It's 4 wounds. 5 of them left in the squad.
Do a cover save.
The cover save. Loses 1, saves 3. So going into the front of the platoon commander's Bren carrier. Just got an angle on him, second chance. Misses a second time.
Again.
Veteran paratroopers for the Japanese. They advance up onto the high ground, take that rocky ridge, and they're going to shoot mercilessly down into these Gurkhas. And of course, down. Shots. Flipping great burst.
Gets 1.
1 wound. 3 up cover save. Yes.
Gets it.
Platoon commander's Bren carrier is just going to fire once again into these infantry. Come on, yes, that's 3 hits. That's what we need. And then 4s. Come on, lad. Only 1 wound.
Saved.
Brits are all out of dice. The Japanese have 4 left in the bag. I've just gone down with my artillery officer. He's pulled back to the edge of the board. Gone down with this truck over here. He's been back here a while. And that was it, wasn't it? Now my officer, he's gone down inside the transport. If I'd gone last, I would have probably hopped him out and tried my luck with his SMG over there, but 'twas not to be.
Okay, so howitzer, mortar on a 5 up on the Gurkhas.
Mortar shot on a 5 up on the Gurkhas. This could be good. Oh, he gets the hit.
So
I am down, so just 2 hits.
2 hits.
2 kills, and that's indirect.
So
D2 pins. It is 2 more pins. I'm on 5 pins there. This would swing it back to even. And they run. Nice work with the mortar on the final blow. Final chance of the game to get a hit. The Japanese infantry squad, who've been pinned down in the jungle since they killed the Piat team, finally can get their heads up, got a bit of breathing room, and they're going to shoot across, see if they can get an insane burst of luck into the Tommies on the hill.
So I need to pass an order on 2 pins.
Makes it. Good start.
7 shots, needing 5s for the pin.
No, it is an insane burst of luck, but bad luck. Final dice of the game, and it's 1 for honour, it's 1 for glory. We're currently drawing, but the Japanese have decided to charge in. Platoon commander versus platoon commander, Stengun versus Katana. Okay, so I'm actually fighting first. You have to take an indirect line towards me, didn't you?
Indeed, but there's no honour.
No guts, no glory.
Yeah.
So I'll strike first, needing a 4 here. Can I get him? Yes! And we've done it! That's it. GG, my friend, though. Respect that, man.
GG.
So that's a win for the Brits. It could have ended on a draw. And with that, it is the end of the game. We just rolled to see if JP would have got me off camera. And no, we got one. So that's the Brits for a victory. In terms of the list and how I enjoyed running it, mass infantry, really good fun. I think I could have, once I suppressed you successfully on one flank, I could have definitely pushed those Gurkhas up into combat and easily clinched more dice. That was certainly a mistake on my part. But just gunlining it with those extra shots, although they didn't make up much extra firepower.
Over the course of the game, it's an additional squad's worth of firepower.
Yeah, easily. Like, it really added up. Yeah, once I started taking casualties, those dropped off. I didn't tailor or worry about my squad composition, focusing in on that and being like, oh, I've got to have precisely 3 riflemen firing per squad and so on and so forth. I just thought a couple of extra shots. The Gurkhas aren't necessarily going to get an opportunity to charge. If things go badly, I want the Gurkhas to be able to do something. And using the national rule was a cheap way to do that, instead of spending the points on an LMG and then losing them in an unlucky charge or something like that. So I was happy with the army. I got lucky in terms of I only had 1 Piat really. If I was facing a lot of armour, it would have been a different story. But that's the Brits in the jungle. Might try Stuart out or a Lee. I'd really like to try a Lee or a Grant with them next time. But overall, I think the artillery strike was another thing to take away. They're having 2 guys and getting off 3 shots.
3 of them.
It really pinned you in place. It really had you, even when I had to call them in, where sort of you could run out of the way and stuff like that, it forced you to run out of the way and not take sort of optimal routes up the board. So even when you weren't pinned down, you weren't going the direction you necessarily would have done to score points. So I think that was heavy. That was really cool though. I enjoyed just absolutely hammering your lines with artillery. I think it was pretty merciless for the Japs though. And then of course, MVP for the Brits has to be, and he's still in his Bren carry, he didn't set foot on the jungle soil, but the company commander just snap toing, hammering out. If you could take 2, you can't, but if you could take 2, you could just pin down 2 flanks. But I think that's definitely a tactic I'll be using with the Brits in future. 3 rifle squads backed by, infantry squads, loaded up with firepower and backed up by a company commander and a Bren carrier, and he can just rock up, put those pins out and keep the boys moving up the battlefield and taking names. What did you think about the Japanese? I mean, I think the new Banzai's, it's
a shadow of itself.
Yeah, it's not as good as it was, is it? It's a bit of a blow for the Japanese players, I'm sure. We know there's a lot of hardcore, dedicated Japanese players out there. Hit us up down below. What would you do to the list?
Yeah, it was only a nice beginner-friendly list, really. Just basic infantry, basic tank.
A couple of mortars. It might have been interesting to focus down, go all mortars and machine guns instead of a couple of howitzers.
Yeah,
a couple
could have really
of
done with
mortars.
the spotter because you killed the artillery observer first before I got to use them.
Yeah.
Really damaged the howitzer. I should have paid for the spotter there and maybe on the other mortar, but.
And in the jungle, it's hard to get long lines aside. There was a couple of angles. You had your light howitzer in the perfect spot. If you'd had your heavy medium howitzer there,
yeah, you
could have drawn angles.
Single hit all game.
There, but yeah, it was. I always love playing on the jungle board. I think it might be possibly my favourite board with just there's no hard cover, it's just light cover. And that was very interesting. We've not played the Jungle board in 3rd edition yet. And I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the Japanese struggled against the Brens. They had no anti-tank options really in this list.
Yeah, the tank was doing its own thing over on this flank. You could only be in so many places at once.
But
Very
even though
chuffed.
it was a howitzer, it wasn't really an anti-tank gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Very true. So a few things to take away there. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And let us know what you think of the national rules and all of that kind of thing. The artillery strikes. I think that it was a really, really fun game. And I learned a lot about 3rd edition as a whole. So I'm sure I'll learn even more in the when I'm editing. And with all that being said, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. It's enough waffle from me. So if you enjoy what we do here, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And a big shout out and thank you to all of our members. We really appreciate the support, guys. Just helps us keep cranking out all that good bolt action content for you boys. So we hope you found this video interesting and entertaining. This has been the Scholar Progenitor. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.